The Federal Tort Claims Act is an act that actually was designed to allow people who have been harmed by the negligence of the United States to bring a claim directly against it for the harm. It's a really remarkable thing. Not every country has waived its immunity in this way, but the United States has said, when we screw up, we want you to be compensated for that harm. That's amazing. And Jim Baehr and I, and Bob, we are patriots. There was nothing that gave me more passion or satisfaction than representing the United States of America when I was on the other side of these very cases. And those assistant U.S. attorneys are charged with doing the right thing. And so this is actually a really different adversarial process than some other case against maybe the landlords or somebody else who caused harm. We get to say to the United States and to Navy leadership, you said that you were going to make this right. You acknowledged that it was your human error, and it was, as far as we know, the error of a federal employee. It was your human error that caused this harm. And you now have a chance to make it right by compensating the people who were harmed. That's an invitation to my team to come in and to bring claims against the United States directly for the harm that it caused. The first step in that process is called the SF-95. And that's a very private process. You don't file a federal complaint in court. You just submit a demand to the United States. You should have a lawyer to do that for you, but you file an SF-95 and you say, you poisoned my water and I was harmed. This case is not rocket science. In your little folders when you leave, if you're here in person, I printed out and I'll hold it up so y'all can see. This is Wikipedia on the health effects of jet fuel. This is not rocket science. They put jet fuel into your water and you were harmed. Every single person that was harmed, in my view, should be bringing a claim directly against the United States for that harm, at least through the SF-95 process. And then later on, when 6 months later, you get to make a decision again of whether to file a federal claim and a federal case in court. And that can be a separate conversation. But it seems to me that anybody who was harmed by this should be filing an SF-95. So I am here to do that. I'm building a team to do that. I have Bob and Jim, and depending on how many of you want help, we'll build a bigger team. But we want to represent sick families against the people who made them sick. And we want to offer the Navy and the government an opportunity to make this right. So that's what we're here to do. I am also going to continue to speak out about this to anyone who will listen. So there's media here today, both online and in person, and I want to talk to you. I want to shout it from the rooftops. I want to introduce you to my clients who also want to shout it from the rooftops, because this is not just about getting compensation for what happened. It's also about speaking the truth about what is really happening in Hawaii right now. There is an island that was poisoned. That is serious, and everybody on the mainland should be talking about this every day until the water is clear. It is not okay that my client's water is not clear. It is not okay that it's been washed, it's been flushed 7 times, and she's told that it's safe, and I can see a flame light to it. That is not okay. And if her water says undetected, what does that mean for everybody else's water that was detected? Doesn't that mean that that water is that much worse? Either she has an inaccurate result, which is possible, right? Because we know that there's been lack of accuracy throughout, or it means that everybody else's is way worse than hers. That is alarming, and we need to be speaking out about it early and often. And so part of my role is to represent people to get the compensation they deserve, but part of my role is to continue to speak up for my clients and to call truth to power and say to the Navy, you need to make this right. And that starts with the truth. And so when I'm in court representing people, I'm going to be asking for the answers. In that discovery process that Bob just said, I'm going to be asking for the answers early and often so that we know what was in this water how long were they really exposed, exactly who did what to make this happen, so that there can be accountability on the part of the Navy. So this is a patriotic exercise. Jim is going to close this out.